Before World War I, the lightweight mountain gun was considered standard equipment for mountain troops, and many powerful military countries conducted relevant research. Italy also designed and produced many excellent products, including the M13 65mm mountain gun. Italy itself has a mountainous terrain, and with the tense atmosphere before World War I, there were signs of a major war breaking out in Europe. If Italy were to be involved in the war, its army would encounter the natural barrier of the Alps when leaving the border. Therefore, it was important to have mountain guns that could be flexibly maneuvered with the troops. In 1913, Italy successfully developed a new type of mountain gun with a caliber of 65 mm, a total weight of 560 kg, a barrel length of 1,105 mm, and the ability to fire a 4.3 kg shell at an initial velocity of 345 meters per second, with a maximum range of 6,800 meters. The gun had a horizontal firing range of 4 degrees to the left and right, and a vertical firing range of -10 degrees to 20 degrees. The gun used an integral carriage and steel wheels, and could be towed by manpower or animals, without the need for truck towing at that time. During mountain marches, it could be disassembled into 5 large pieces for transport, generally carried by mules equipped with special harnesses. Relying on manpower was quite difficult, but fortunately, Italy's national strength made it possible to provide enough mules for the mountain troops. At the outbreak of World War I, these M13 mountain guns were issued to Italy's mountain troops, such as the troops of the 2nd Army Corps, which initially fought alongside the Allied powers. However, the following year, Italy switched sides due to interests, and turned its guns against the Allied powers to fight alongside the Central Powers. Therefore, Italy's mountain troops confronted the Austro-Hungarian army in the Alps. Although these guns may seem far behind compared to advanced models from World War II, they were excellent during World War I. According to soldiers' feedback, these guns could still run reliably in the harsh, high-altitude cold regions, and were reliable. In the harsh conditions of the Alps, it was difficult to even find a flat place to set up camp, so the participation of a gun in combat would have a decisive impact on the situation. During World War I, a standard M13 gun crew consisted of 8 people, and when conditions allowed, they could be disassembled and transported by mules. In some special terrains, 8 people needed to work together to push and pull. Fortunately, the gun was not particularly heavy, with an average burden of about 70 kilograms per person, making it barely possible to move short distances. In addition, each person was issued a rifle for self-defense. The M13 performed well during World War I, and after the war, Italy began to equip many non-mountain troops with these guns, which was consistent with Italy's relatively low level of mechanization. They were barely usable as divisional support artillery. Although Italy developed the M34 75mm mountain gun in the 1930s to replace the old mountain guns, the replacement was far from complete by the time of World War II, and some Italian troops still carried M13 guns into the battlefield. Due to the lightweight nature of the guns, the Italian army also loaded them onto truck carriages for use as makeshift self-propelled artillery, allowing personnel and ammunition to move with the vehicles, demonstrating their ingenuity. During World War I, the M13 was considered a lightweight mountain gun, balancing the necessary firepower and mobility. However, by World War II, the range and power of mountain guns had increased, and most mountain guns could be broken down into smaller components for marching, making them much more convenient than the M13. In addition, the emergence of recoilless guns and rocket launchers in World War II proved to be another new star in mountain warfare, rendering old relics like the M13 nearly obsolete.